The mother. She is the first feminine archetype most of us are familiar with. From the beginning, our first encounters with this archetype involves our 5 senses. In utero, we hear the rhythmic sound of her heartbeat, the soothing sound of her voice.
Oh, my baby.
Later, once born, we experience the smell of her aroma, the soft touch of her skin, the pleasant sight of her smile, and her nutritious milk. In human history, we have emphasized the importance of our existence to the mother, hence the common phrases Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Mother Tongue, Mother Ship, and Mother Love. Today, we will cover this archetype's essential meaning as a nurturer and how this archetype is expressed in our personal relationships with our significant others. In honor of Mother's Day, we will take a closer look into the most sacred and revered archetype, the mother. Over 7 decades, television has been a main staple in our homes. Devices like TV have introduced us to some of the most iconic mothers in popular media. Mothers in popular culture have embodied these beloved traits like June Cleaver of Leave It to Beaver, Florence Evans of Good Times, Carl Brady of The Brady Bunch, and Claire Huxtable of The Cosby Show. These are just to name a few. The benevolent, nourishing mother, which is one of the mother's strong attributes, is called the nurturer or the healer. In fact, the nourishing mother manifests the epitome of love for her children, whether natural or adopted. In healthy measures, the mother understands and respects the child's need for autonomy. She has come to accept her place as being the center in her child's life as their comforting, benevolent support system is only for a short time in their world. The mother, who now cheers on the sidelines, can allow someone else special to fulfill the center support system in their child's life. It is also important to note it is in the child's best interest to have learned full discernment in their decision-making abilities, good or bad, which aids in building a healthy sense of self. The man who is fortunate to have been loved and championed by a nurturing woman is a man who has gained more than just tangible riches. He has gained all the treasures in the universe. In fact, naturally, when a little girl is protected as well as cared for, she has later learned the tools on how to care for herself and her future family. The man in her care, when reciprocated, are showered with blissful affection and loving attention. Essentially, the mother archetype or attributes exhibits the many degrees a woman can love and nurture her loved ones. Hence the saying, a woman's love is vast as the ocean. In the animal kingdom, some mothers eat their young for being weak rather than protecting and nurturing them. Human mothers who are not well equipped with parenting skills may subconsciously mimic these same behaviors towards their own offspring. In brief, mothers who suffer from emotional torment and personal insecurities have a difficult time giving nourishment to their children. especially if they themselves have never received protection and love, thus creating an unhealthy attachment to their child, or no attachment at all. In addition, the mother may also harbor shameful feelings of envy, the shadow side, due to her never overcoming her own failures in life. She begrudgingly watches her child get a chance at improving in areas she herself was too afraid to tackle. Ultimately, the mother finds it's easier and sometimes even satisfying to crush the child's desire to take flight. Shout out to Mommy Dearest. Historical mothers like Olympias, the mother who gave birth and influenced, famous or infamous, depending on who you're talking to, Alexander the Great, who eventually made global headways. In effect, Olympia lectured non-stop conversations with young Alexander involving non-earthly Hellenistic gods and goddesses. This later placed an epic impact on young Alexander's psyche and personality, driving him to become invincible and unstoppable later in adulthood. Was she as protective, supportive, and caring as we would like to believe in history? Or was she an overbearing tyrant? Did she manipulate her son to become history's ambitious, power-hungry conqueror, which she herself wished she could be, living vicariously through her son? Historians are not quite sure what Alexander and his mother's relationship was like. Accounts written about Olympias say she had a volatile marriage to Alexander's father, King Philip II of Macedon. It is important to realize it was not uncommon during those times in Macedonia for the reigning king to threaten to delete any competition, even if it was his own flesh and blood. Consequently, Alexander was a pawn used to soothe his mother's desire for revenge against her husband and all her enemies. Was it her hatred for her enemies, or the enormous love and protection of a mother? Nevertheless, we will never truly know who Olympias was as a mother. As a result, Olympias' son Alexander conquered and ruled the known worlds. The mother archetype represents the purest love of a woman, whether it's her significant other, her children, family, or her community. She expresses her need to nurture by having compassion for her loved ones, even if it's at the expense of her own contentment. She freely gives to people who may not be deserving of her compassion. When the mother's attribute is virtuous and clear of drama, she has all the right elements to create heaven on earth. However, if she herself was robbed of receiving proper nurturing in her early childhood, as well as throughout her adult life, she could willingly or unwillingly bring about discontentment and create a hellish existence for herself, self-sabotage, and bring misfortune to others in her circle. In the final analysis for the mother archetype, it is imperative to understand that nurturing of the self is the prerequisite to create the sanctuary you want to see in the world. Thank you for tuning into the Mother Archetype video. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers. So what are your thoughts about today's video? Please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as I upload another story. As always, because everyone has a story. Ciao!